and welcome back to GT Retro World. And what do we have here today? While I was mooching through me many years of hordes, I've come across my old 200-in-1 electronic project lab. This is probably the second one I had. Well, I know it was the second one I had because the first one was a 30-in-1 and then I had that early 80s. This came too late, to be honest. It was round about my mid-teens, so I wasn't really that interested in it, to be fair. I mean, I did a few bits and bobs with it. What is set up now is how I left it, to be honest. I didn't think it'd actually work. I did have to have a fiddle about with a few of the links, because obviously it had been a bit dry with it being left up there for that long. But yeah, this old Tandy wreck from the mid-80s or thereabout still works. Anyway, let's give you a bit of a closer look at this old relic. I know that the 30-in-1, that, oh, dear me, that was great fun, that, to the point where I blew it to high heaven. But that didn't have any integrated circuits on that, it just had capacitors, transistors, and this was a bit more advanced. But yeah, let's have a little look at it. Anyway, let's jump right into this. Like I say, it was gifted around about, I don't know, I was probably mid-teens or thereabouts. And the great thing about this, I suppose, it had two integrated circuits, so you could do a lot more with it. It consisted of 20 resistors. I think it's something like 3 diodes in there, a couple of transformers, as we can see here. There you go, output transformers and an input transformer. 9-volt relay. Yeah, the meter's pretty nifty like on it. That's quite nice actually. Code key for Morse if you so desire. Antenna coil. It come with a 7400 and a 7476 I think integrated circuit. Yep, it certainly did. Quite useful, I suppose. Electrolytic capacitors. A nice LED digital display with 6 LEDs on the front as well, so you could use them. I suppose you could use them for anything really. You could even use them modifying for anything today. Also had a CDS photo cell on the front of here, which is probably alright for anything with this damn light there. Maybe just have a play over there. And terminals on the front. Again, I've got these just in for this daft setup I've got going here at the moment. Anyway, like I say, I tried it last night, it wouldn't do anything, and I thought, right, I'll have a little look at it, because obviously these links, with it being sat for that long, it'll be dry as a bone. I had a quick look at the manual for some weird reason, and I noticed about 3 or 4 links were missing out of it. So I finished it off. God knows how they fell out, they might, whatever anyway. It's been there for 30 odd years, this damn thing. And the last project I did on this was the Electrosonic Human. There's other projects I've done in here where I've marked out, like, well, I've turned the page over, to be honest, but I've probably done not even a third of the projects, if that, in this, because like I say, it was later on in my teenage years, and obviously I had other interests apart from messing about with science fair kits from Tandy. I mean, looking at it now, if I'd had this in the early 80s, which it wasn't out then, would have been great, because you could do a heck of a lot more with it. But anyway, we'll switch it on and let you have a listen, because this, it actually blew my mind last night. I was in awe with it. So we'll switch it on. As simple as it is, this is a very simple circuit, we all know that, or most of us do on here. So obviously that's feeding through my body, and as you squeeze, hey, what? Yeah, I mean, I was trying to do something like a Pink Floyd track or something like that with it, but I just can't get it right. Or I was trying to do the final countdown, but we'll give it another go. Yeah, that's the final countdown. And almost it's a continuity tester as well, look. Within reason. I could have done that the other day actually. I was going to whip the back of it off, but I think it's glued together, and that's just like a hardboard or cardboard bottom, made in Taiwan, so obviously it was built within reason, half decent there. But yeah, it's a bit of a blast for the past finding this. To be honest, I did not even know I still had the damn thing. I can't believe it was up there. I thought this went out years and years ago, to be honest. I mean, how the hell has this travelled between properties is unbelievable, but there you go, it's still here. If I get bored and maybe in the next year or so, I was thinking about doing all 200 projects. I think it's already been done, but I haven't done it, so that makes it different, doesn't it, within reason. When I found it, I was quite a bit excited, actually, more than I was when I got it when I was a kid, or when I was a teenager, should I say. I mean, to be honest, it wasn't that long after this I got engaged, to be fair. When you work it out, it was only a matter of years. So yeah, it's one of them things that's just been left. I mean, I found all sorts within this. Like, I found a couple of old handsets. In fact, I'm going to do a vlog on those anyway in the next day or two. The first one was a 2-channeler, absolute junk and all. But yeah, we'll come back to that one. But yeah, it was just a quick one. I got a bit excited when I found it, to be honest. I thought, oh, bollocks to it, I'll show it on, let everyone have a quick look at it. I know everyone's going to remember it. I mean, who doesn't remember Tandy? It was the place to go, wasn't it? It was just a shame it come a bit too late. Me teens to really enjoy it. I had other things on my mind, obviously. Getting back to it, it does its thing. I'll tell you what, here's one for you. Listen to this, are you? Right. Should we call this a Lambretta starting up, or should we just call it like an old car? Hang on. Just get the choke just right. Oh. Or should we go for like later 80s when we had automatic choke? Back to manual choke. Choke off. Right, down the road we go. First, second, third, fourth, and if you were very posh, you went for 5th gear. Maybe 100 mile an hour there, eh? I mean, for the time it would take, I could do maybe a weekly slot with this daft thing, I suppose, in the future. But I've still got a load of radios and these other bits and bobs up there, Star Wars stuff, and you're going to be fortunate enough to not see much of me BMX stuff because I sold a lot of that last year, a heck of a lot of it. But yeah, it was just a little one for the weekend, really. Yeah, I just can't believe I found it. Like, it just seems strange, doesn't it? I mean, how do you lose something this big, or how do you find something this big when you think it's gone astray, or well, you forgot about it, or whatever, really. Yeah, it's a bit crazy, to be honest. But yeah, I'm surprised it's completely dust free. Tell them how to use that. Absolutely. Like I say, there's a couple of turned pages in here. I can't even remember doing them, honestly. I just can't. I know I have, obviously, but yeah, the spark plug transmitter gap, there's little bits like that. I know what I was interested in at the time, and just play with it, really. But if I'd have had this in my early teens, it would have been great. I would have had more time for it, you know. But things are moving on with the technology, weren't they? After 85, 86, 87ish, you just couldn't be bothered with, could you, with this type of stuff, you know. CB radio, that probably got in my way more than anything, messing about with that. Like I say, it was just something I thought I'd bring down, because it was just a bit of an oddball thing that I didn't even know I'd had. I mean, it's like I say, it's come from property to property in the bottom of a box with other bits and bobs. I mean, there was a Turn-Up Plus 3B in there as well with no bottom on it. Just an empty shell. So I might do something with that one day. I mean, but you know, when you just look around, you just find a lot of shit that you think, what the hell have you still got that for, Neil? Do you know what I mean? Why have you kept that? And there's about 2 or 3 boxes of scrap rigs. That's without the I think I've said to you before about how many of them I've got, but anyway, but yeah, it brings back memories, but none of this. But you know, like at the time, when you like look back, anything you pick up like from that time, it just brings back another memory that's not even related to the damn thing, you know, because I have no, up until now, and switching that on and playing with that, you know, that to me excites me more than it did back then, that's for sure. So like I said, it was just a quick one, but if you think it's a good idea, you let me know. I might go through all the whole 200 and just do short ones. Like, I won't you know, I won't torture you with them, but yeah, I was thinking about going through all the old 200, like I did back with me Al 30-in-1. Aye, Science Fair 30-in-1. That'll be around about early 80s, that definitely. 82, 83, I would have thought, round about then. I had that the same time as the 30-in-1 when they had me ZX 81. I can't remember, that was great, that. Sat there and I just spending about, what, half an hour, 2 hours or whatever, programming a game in, to find out that you turn it off, that you've lost the whole lot and have to start again. But yeah, good days. Yeah, I haven't got the ZX81. I've still got a lot of my computers, like, but not the ZX81 that went. The Auric that went as well. That was a good little machine in its day. But yeah, anyway, just a quick one. I'm saying just a quick one. This is going to be quite long, isn't it? Jesus Christ, Neil. Tell you what I did nearly forget to do. Just a quick look at the box. I like to do my little hold up the camera jobbies. And that's the side. Old Tandy Corporation. And I think we've got the same on that side. Letter build. Yeah, it's the same on there, really. Safe and solderless there. Yeah, solderless. Do you remember the first time you used a soldering iron? I think mine wasn't at school. Definitely not was at home. I remember burning my fingers all the time. It was great, wasn't it? Yeah, them days. But yeah, that's the box anyway. Nearly forgot to show you there. And the internals, you've got the little earpiece. And there's a heck of a lot more links in there. Various colours and lengths. You see. Bits of the packaging. Yeah, they're all the links. Your whites, your blues. Obviously each colour denotes the lengths. And that's how it works, really. I mean, these are child's play to put together. I mean, you wouldn't even need any electronic experience to put these together. It's like putting a jigsaw together, I suppose, with their numbered puzzles. So it's a piece of cake, really. There's nothing to it. But to be honest, even in this day and age, this is still relevant because it is electronics at the end of the day. And these are still quite detailed inside, you know. I mean, you know, they're pretty good. Because you get so far in these, and obviously it goes straight onto schematic diagrams, so it gives you a little bit of a taste, you know what I mean? You start off like that. It's basically the same as the 30-in-1, but obviously a lot more comprehensive. You can do more with it. But yeah, I mean, I could have went into more detail with this, but I could have been here for hours. I mean, look at it. It's there's 108 pages, you know. It just goes on and on. Hey, look at that there. Look, I need that now. That tells you, bloody hell. Well, I just noticed this here. As you become more involved with electronics, you'll probably want to start a collection of electronic test equipment again. One of the first items of test equipment you should get is a multimeter. Well, that's fixed. There you go. You might decide to build some circuits in permanent finished form. That's without the dreaded springs. I say dreaded, they work alright, don't they? And you might want to add a soldering iron to your tools. Ooh. And burn your fingers off when you're a kid. You do all the time. You also need screwdrivers, pliers, wire cutters. Your local Radio Shack also has metal cabinets and knobs to give your finished products a truly professional look. So that's the manual. very comprehensive. But like I say for instance, you didn't have a clue what you were doing with that, you could just basically go straight to the bottom and just use the links and it'd do what it needed to do, I suppose. And if you're willing to read how the circuit works, it's there. An octave generator. Oh dear God. Yeah, it's jeez. Goes on and on. There's a local ham lad messaging me there, telling me to get me beam up ASAP. Which I must admit I'm looking forward to getting up, to be fair. Yeah, it's going to be fun that. But anyway, that's enough guys. There's enough of that. Let's put this away, because it brings other memories up. Not the memories what this should be. Because you know where you couldn't be asked when you were that age. You wanted to be out with your mates and stuff, didn't you? You don't want to be asked about this type of thing. Anyway, with that guys, hopefully you'll have a good weekend. And we'll see you in the next one. A thumbs up wouldn't go amiss, and a subscribe to the channel. And like I say, I've got a little competition coming up in the coming weeks for a radio, and I'll be showing you that in a couple of weeks' time. And thanks for viewing.